sad ambassador. Unless you go to sleep thinking about it and you wake up thinking about it, starting a food truck isn't for you because the amount of labor, time, and energy that goes into it is tremendous. They say a lot of people they give up a job working 40 hours a week, making X amount of money to work 80 hours a week and making maybe half of that money. But there are upsides, right? So I'm not saying it's not possible. You want to have some monopolies in place. So what I mean by that is, and keep in mind, I've never been a food truck owner. I've only helped grow one from zero. I helped grow one in the beginning. We were doing 12-hour days. We would in 12-hour days we would sell maybe 10 acai bowls, and this is in the winter in Boston, right? This is Norwood, Massachusetts, in the winter selling frozen acai bowls. And that following summer, we would have lines of 80 people doing close to 200 acai bowls in a period of 4 hours, right? So we had to eat it. We had to eat it in the winter so that we could get it in the summer. So monopoly. We had a monopoly because we didn't park by other food trucks. We parked in a VFW parking lot, and the VFW parking lot was close to $0. We paid almost nothing to use it because one of the owners of the food truck had a connection. They had a connection with the VFW. We also had a good relationship with the car wash that was right next to the VFW, and there was also businesses surrounding the VFW. So there was a gym that was across the street. There was a Staples, and another shopping mall. It was right off of a highway. It was right off a main highway that allowed people to find us very easily. And since we were one of the only food trucks that existed in Norwood at the time, and also we made an object that was right there. We were able to put some craft into the acai bowl, so we would make a nice pattern, right, with the bananas and the whatever. And for that reason, it really took off, because if you have the ability to turn, it was almost food art, and for that reason, it was very viral. It was very viral, right? Because people would take pictures and their friends would say, "Oh my gosh, where is that food? Where did you get that bowl?" And then people would send pictures and social media, blah blah blah. So if you can, so I guess there's two takeaways. Don't There's two takeaways. One, having a monopoly on a location. You want a location where there's going to be people that you want high visibility. I think that's a good takeaway. And the second would be, if you're gonna sell something, make it aesthetically beautiful. I mean, this might be a little hard to do if you're selling barbecue or if you're selling whatever, but visually, we had bowls. Our to-go bowls were see-through, so you could, even if they were taken to go, you could still see if there's some type of pattern. So those would be the first two takeaways. The second takeaway would be, in terms of our generator, one of the owners chose a generator that was more expensive because it was quieter, and that allowed us to play nice music off of speakers from the food truck. And they also put that generator on a credit card. And since the credit card had a minimum in the beginning, after he signed up for the credit card, he was able to put the purchase of the generator on the credit card, because if you spent a certain amount of money at the start of the credit card, you got a certain percentage back. So it was like maybe 3,000 plus for the thing, and he got maybe close to 500, 600 back, something like that. Basically, it made sense to put it on a credit card because now you're getting rewarded for your purchases. Um, so I think those are the main two takeaways, right? Like, have it be beautiful, and have it be, and put yourself in a location where you're gonna shine. Because if you put it in, I mean, these days with social media, even if you're in somewhere where there's nothing, you could still succeed, right? Because you can just by posting, anyone will. That's almost half the fun, going to a place where there's nothing to find this magical food truck where they're serving something amazing. So I'm not saying it's not possible, but that's why we succeeded in the beginning. And maybe a third takeaway would be, um, um, you gotta post on all social media platforms in theory, right? Because I remember there was a time when we didn't think it was worth it to post on Twitter, and then someone came to the truck, was like, "Oh, I saw you guys post on Twitter, and that's why I'm here." And so for that reason, you want to through your social media platforms, the format of the post should be entertain, educate, entertain, like a sandwich, right? So the first thing, it's gonna make them laugh or ask a question, engage them. The middle part should be where you're gonna be located at, or the hours of operation, or just something relevant that they didn't know before that will help them make a decision on whether to come or not. Like hours are 12 to 4, and it's we're gonna focus on this today, and then you finish with so all the hashtags or something, you could make them smile again. So entertain, educate, entertain. That was the format of all of our posts past a certain point, when we realized that was a good formula to draw people in, and also let them know what we were going to be doing. It got to a point when you would look at our Instagram page and you wouldn't even know that we were selling acai bowls, just because it was more focused on entertaining via social media platforms rather than telling people what we were doing. But we had to earn that through trial and error, and we were very close to not succeeding, just because we had maxed out all the credit cards, and we had spent X amount of money into basically what was a sinking ship at the time. So it could have easily failed, and the only reason why it ended was because one of the owners took a big boy job working running a hospital, and the other one is doing big boy things in Texas with their family. So so hopefully those ideas help, and reach out with any questions. Oh, another thing: make it easy to clean. Make it modular. If you use, even just using 2x4s, right? Like the first desk at Amazon was just a piece of a door on top of like two pieces of wood. So a lot of business owners will invest a lot of money up front, thinking they need, all the bells and whistles, when really all you need is a couple milk crates, a couple milk crates, just to quickly remove things from the food truck, pull them out, Swiffer it down, or mop it down, and then put it back, instead of these. In the beginning we had stainless steel this, and we had big tables, and it was just a pain in the ass to deal with that stuff, and it made it harder to clean. What we should have done is just had milk crates and a freaking door on two pieces, on two sticks. So hopefully, so that's the other takeaway. Make it streamlined for cleaning, because that was probably that was probably what we spent the most time on. That was the most painful, cleaning in unwieldy spaces. And yeah, so give that a start, and reach out with any questions. All right, thank you.